Welcome to Embracing Infinity, exploring the infinite oneness in the space of love and truth. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and transformational guide. Her focus is encouraging individuals to know themselves within the lens of their divine heart and highest potential, to evolve within the frequency of love and peaceful harmony. Now, here's your host, Jennifer Rose.
Hello, everybody. Good Friday to all of you. Morning, afternoon, and evening, all those here in the States and across the world. So happy to be here with all of you this beautiful day. And I hope you have found your week magical as we move into a wonderful weekend ahead. I am so excited to be having some dear friends of mine join me today. They're my cosmic angels. They are the most beautiful souls and also part of my For the Love of Spirit Sunday service, which many of you may know about, that I host every couple of weeks. And they come on every time we have a service and help with the healing and being part of the magic. And I couldn't do it without them. So two of my cosmic angels, Melinda Ollangg and Fran Pearce, are going to be coming on shortly, and we're going to have a magical time. And if you all have any questions you'd like to ask about different spiritual topics, have those in your mind and be thinking of those, because we would love to be able to work in that area with all of you here today. I want to thank our friends that are starting to come on. We've got Stacia and Carol and Iris and Debbie. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hello, beautiful friends. So happy that you're here. A couple of quick announcements. This weekend, there's two events coming on. Tomorrow, Saturday, Kelly, our beautiful host of Sacred Spiral, the creator of Sacred Spiral Network, Debbie Romero, and I are putting on a mediumship demonstration for Mother's Day tomorrow, Saturday. I believe we'll be putting the link in for you, and we'll be doing messages in honor of our beautiful mothers. This is a donation-based demonstration, so all you have to do is go onto Eventbrite and sign up and make your donation. And we thank you kindly for that, but we really look forward to honoring the moms out there this coming Saturday. So that's tomorrow, so don't forget to join. In addition, Sunday, I have my For the Love of Spirit Sunday service. You'll see Melinda and Fran. Debbie and our beautiful Nancy will be on as well. And we have Colin Walker, who was just on Embracing Infinity recently. He will be our guest speaker and medium. So we're going to talk a little more about the cosmic shift and give some beautiful messages from Spirit. So we look forward to seeing you this Saturday and Sunday. More love, more wonder, more beauty. So come be inspired, and it's going to be a very wonderful weekend. Last announcement is we won't be having Embrace Infinity next Friday. So we will be back, excuse me, we will be, I can't say it right. We will be back in 2 weeks with Nadia Barami joining us from Ireland. She is an expert on grief. And so we will be talking a little bit more about that. It's a topic that we can never discuss too much, because we learn more every time, and that really helps us to move forward in our growth and expansion. So those are all of my announcements. Thank you all for listening, and welcome to all of our friends who are coming on. Spirit did guide me to read something that I channeled a while back. So I'm going to be reading that very quickly and just giving a little bit more on that. So I hope this is something that will inspire you or give you a little something to think about, or if it just adds a little something to your journey, that would be wonderful as well. So hello. Our beautiful Maggie. Oh, so happy you're here, Maggie, joining us. And so what I was guided to read you is something that I channeled a while back. It's called The Power of Love. Big surprise. But here we go. In all of its colors and shades of gray, love is the great spiritual force that both contains and binds our existence while being limitlessly expansive. The power of love fears nothing and isn't afraid to experience itself as fear or fearing, for love knows what love is. Love will lose itself and everything it loves just to discover its own power evolving into limitless beauty. Love will let itself die over and over again, continuously rebirthing itself into exquisite brilliance beyond words. Quite simply, we all want to love and be loved. It's that simple. The journey is a beautiful and chaotic mess of experience. It is often when tragedy happens that we stand still and drop our weapons of protection, and we remember that life is very short and we can lose who and what we love in the blink of an eye. Then you know. Then you exchange your weapons of protection for flowers, music, and eyes unafraid to see deep within both the suffering and incredible beauty and perfection of another human being. The heart love light that is you grows beyond its original felt capacity, only to further emanate and radiate out into the universe. That is the power of love. It is gentle and fierce, sweet and sacred. There is a wildfire dancing in the heart of those who dare to love every day they wake up and face the sun. This dance cannot be contained once it has been set free. The wildfire will dance itself into eternity, leaving a beautiful garden of life wherever it goes. That gives a whole new meaning to grace and glory. It leads you to ultimate states of reverie with no words or thoughts, just standing still and knowing, even if just for one short, transcendent moment. I think that one short moment is worth something, maybe even everything. And you are pure love. Thank you for listening and allowing me to share that with you. This whole week has been very transformative, and I've been very contemplating about this journey that we call um, moving, moving into our higher consciousness, because that is what we are. And thank you for your compliments, everybody. That is what we are all kind of working in. We're all on this journey of know thyself, trying to move into our consciousness, trying to discover more about love, trying to discover more about us, trying to be the best we can be. And there's so many messages out there, and they can often conflict and contradict each other, but that is for a reason, because that is the infinite loop of the different sides and the different perspectives and the different perceptions. And so this is where spirit is always, as I'm getting chills as I say this, spirit is always challenging us to look deeper, to look at other perspectives, to see what is behind the layers, reading between the lines in the messages that we receive and in the thoughts and the perceptions that come through and into our awareness. And often it is through that experience that we realize that what we once thought to be true is different, or what we once thought to be real is different. And then there is another, regrouping of transformation as we move into the next level of our awareness and perception. But there's a lot of contradictions there that are hard to sometimes work out. And somebody like me who thinks about these things, because I'm a philosopher and I'm a channeler and I'm connected, tries to work through all of these layers so that I can grow within myself, and then hopefully be able to add something to the world and make the world a better place as well. But I thought a lot about, the what we may see as like a pursuit of enlightenment, or um, trying to um, get past this reality, which is very dualistic in nature, because we want to move into the oneness and bring all of that into us. And then what I've been coming to understand on a deeper level is that even if even if we move into those higher spaces, even if we let go, even if we let go of our attachments to things, if we work on all of those measures to not have any expectations and things like that, and to try to stay within the flow of life, it will take you to beautiful places, but it will not free you of the human experience. And so, what that means is you can move into your higher awareness, and you can use all of your tools, and you can call out to spirit, and you can find your heart within. And that is why they say, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. You are still here having a human experience. And I say this because things like the emotions that we feel as we move into change and transformation, there is grief with that. That's why people go through dark night of the soul and things like this, right? And there is grief with that. And even when you move into that space of, oneness and acceptance and letting go and trying to really transcend those moments, it's not going to take the grief away. It's just going to help you have space between it, because the grief is part of your experience. It's part of what it means to be a spiritual human. And so I say this because I do think that a lot of us are hoping that we can avoid the lower emotions or the difficult experiences if we can just get here, or if we can just move there. And our motivations may be clouded in the sense that we are motivated to do things and we think it's for our highest purpose, but it may be clouded by fears of what we wish to avoid, or fears of what we wish to escape or get away from. And we don't realize it in the moment until later. So I hope this is making sense to you, but these are things that kind of been moving through my awareness and contemplating for these last few days. And it's just something to think about, because there is such a beauty to experiencing life. And I know that, us as spiritual beings, we really like connecting to spirit. We really like being up there and out there. It's a beautiful place. I'm connected to spirit all the time, 24/7. That's just how it is for me. And I wish it to not be any different. And I'm glad that it isn't. But I'm also very aware that to be here grounded in this reality is also beautiful. And it comes with richness and life and love and connection. And that is something to be um, embraced. And there we are. So when we move into embracing infinity, we are embracing life itself. And I know we very much want to bring more peace and love and beauty to this life. And we can do that by being here, by being the best that we can be, and loving our connections, and moving through all of the waves and colors of the rainbow when it comes to our feelings and emotions and experiences, and just letting yourself live this life. And I always say, this one life as you, and all of the rest is beautiful and magical, but you have this one life as you. How do you want to live it? So I'm going to complete that, and thank you so much for listening. Hello, Miss Michelle. I'm so happy to see you. And let's move on, please, to my cosmic angels, Melinda and Fran. They're in backstage waiting to come on, and I'm so happy to be joining them. So let's bring in the fun. And thank you for your lovely comments.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Melinda, Fran. How are my angels? How are the angels today?
Jennifer, that is the most beautiful talk I have ever heard. Thank you.
Very beautiful,
Thank
Jennifer.
you.
I loved
Thank
every
you.
word.
I appreciate you so much. And I know you both have much beauty to share as well. So I'm so happy that the three of us, we call us the power of three today, as we come on. And look at all of our friends are here. If we want to say some hellos.
Hello to everybody.
Here.
Kelly,
Everybody's
Debbie,
here.
Stacia, Daniela,
Yeah,
Michelle.
Jennifer's
No,
here.
Debbie, no
Yeah,
question.
Angela. Oh my God, I'm so happy all of you are here. Thanks for joining all of us. Carol's here. We're so happy. Look, Miss Michelle's
Carol.
here. So what a beautiful day that we're having. So
Iris.
let's
Iris, yes.
get right into it. And if anybody has any questions
Oh
they want
dear.
to ask, that's great. But I know that Fran and Melinda are going to share a little bit about themselves. And Fran, do you want to start and share a little bit about yourself? So I know you've prepared a poem, so just give us just a little intro. I know. So Fran is a beautiful friend. She's a medium. She's a healer. She channels, and you have a background in social work, and you're an artist and a poet. So I'm going to help you out with all of those things too. And how is that? How has that shaped you to be you today? We call you the fairy queen. We like to call you.
I love that. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh geez, what she said. And I would just like to add that why I'm here in this moment in life is that, and what has brought me all to this point is simply the fact that bringing mediumship and the healing, and it's all the same energy that comes through the love and the power of that love all throughout the universe, is that the joy it brings me to be able to process and channel that connection between spirit and the loved ones here. The joy that it brings to others and the happiness to others becomes my happiness too. What could be more amazing? So that's why I'm here, and loving every minute of it. So if you like to connect with me, I'm on Facebook, Fran Pearce Holistic Harmonies CA, and I would love to hear from you, and I'm here for you. So thank you for that. And now I have a poem.
Yay.
To begin this event with. We're so happy to see you. We've this brief interlude to reach out and touch. Well, hand in hand, not so much, but touch us with your smile, and we're happy whilst we embark upon connection. You touch us with your attention, we you with our appreciation. We might laugh, we might cry, we'll explore the reasons why. And when this Zoom concludes, we'll have loved, not judged, spoken our truth, did not intrude. At the very least, we touched and pleased, all the while gifting smiles. Thank you.
Beautiful, Fran. Beautiful.
So beautiful, so beautiful. That's like mic drop right there. So beautiful. And you're so right, because what joy we get out of these connections and helping people, and offering our creative aspect into the world and that healing capacity. I share that with you, Fran, and I know Melinda does too. And we could have all the curveballs being thrown at us in our personal lives, and then when we get to go and be of service to spirit, to humans, it lights us up. It brings such joy and healing to be of that. And that's a good lesson, is like, if we want to feel better, let's just do something that helps somebody else, and we'll bring in that love and beauty. So beautiful, Fran. Thank you. And I know Ronnie has just joined us. Hello, Ronnie. And Susan from the UK is here supporting you all too. Beautiful.
Well, hello,
and
everyone.
Melinda,
Yes.
share us. I've known Melinda many years, and again, she's a medium, also a channeler, also a healer, a bringer of wisdom, and cares about humanity in the most beautiful way. So it's just an honor to have you both here with us. So what would you like to share with us, darling?
I think the two of you covered everything, actually. Well, I am Melinda Ollangg. I started my career in 2015. As I told my first teacher, she asked why I was there. I told her I had decided to get off a bar stool and follow my passion. and live from within instead of walking around in the world of living like everybody else does and how they think you should live. I decided to come into my own self, and it's been a blessing. There was a wise woman that I met in a nursing home when my mother was there, and she was a nun, and she told me that when you're always asking why and when things will get better, things stay stagnant and they just linger. So you need to learn to all those things to look at them, and if they come at you and you don't know why it's still in your character, go out, give it to a tree, hug a tree, and release it and start coming from within. Because when you live in the prosperity of your true character and follow your true desires, is a blessing. You're a brand new, whole person. When you see a stranger on the street, you give them a smile or a kind nod. It doesn't matter. I have learned in my life of the way I was raised is that we truly shouldn't judge anybody for who they are because they are their own character. And if we would, instead of judging, just take a second to look at the person and listen to them, you'll understand that they have their own ways of thinking of things. But yet, that's okay. We learn that, and that teaches us a lesson. And then, with the way we are, it teaches us a lesson who we are. And that means that we can all join together, be good, bring more people in. And it's important to spread the love around the world to all those who are so much in turmoil compared to the way we live. We all think we have a lot of turmoil, but there's many, many worse and way worse than us. And it's best if we would just always, every day, I say a morning prayer and I give a kind thought out to all the people of the world and the children, because there's just so much terrible things that happen to many people. And it's important. And when you do that, that as well gives back to you. You feel the peace within inside you and you feel the happiness and the joy. It comes back to you. So it's like the old saying says, in giving we receive, and we sure do receive. So you got to let go what's doesn't serve you and quit reliving it, because you just continue to walk up a road and you're ready to move, but yet you're going to turn around and go back the same path. When you release it, trust me, it's beautiful. So I think I'll stop there. You
Oh,
can
you had
reach
nothing
me.
to add. Nothing to add, huh, Melinda?
What am I going to say? Oh,
Oh, Melinda.
Oh my goodness. So beautiful. And I mean, a couple of things I got from that is, learning to step out of the box of what we think we're supposed to be, sort of to match the world or to reflect the world or to make other people happy, right? And there
Right.
is a balance of 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 being here and and our relationships with others and the love we give and receive with others, but also making sure we take time to find our truth within. So you talked about kind of stepping out of the box there too, and then of being the best we can be by looking within. That takes a lot of courage to do. It's real easy to project outward. It takes a lot of courage to ask yourself the same questions of what your perceptions out there, how can that connect with you in here too, and with a compassionate introspection that goes with that.
Mhm.
So there's a couple things that I got out of that too. And I feel like all three of us and everyone on here kind of can relate to the stepping out of the box and then to that self discovery, because in that self discovery, that's where we can build more confidence and more empathy and compassion for each
Right.
other and others. So beautifully,
Mhm.
beautifully said. A lot of everybody is really resonating with the both of you with your messages,
Thank
and
you,
that's
everyone.
look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. Thanks everybody. Looking inwards is the hardest thing, and that's
Yes.
also what you said, Melinda. we don't know what somebody else's journey is. And we can look out in the world and say, they need to wake up and they need to do this, but everybody is where they're supposed to be. They're on their journey, and we all do end up in the same destination. It's better to say, you know, where can we grow more? Where can I grow more? And let people have their journey. But that said, I do think we can also encourage each other too, to be the best we can be too, you know. That there's, you know, there is what I want to say, value in that too, to say, hey, I see you, because I know for me, you two have, for me, both encouraged me, you know, to remind me if I've ever kind of lost my way a little bit and kind of forgotten. You're like, don't forget who you are, right. And reminded me and pushed me to do better, right? So that's kind of what I was like getting out of what, you know, the both of you said there too. Looks like everybody's understanding. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask Miss Fran and
also,
Melinda?
when someone is judging you and you feel they're always judging you, you have to really just say a prayer for them, because they don't know how to look within like most of us do. So you have to say a prayer and just be kind with them and say, yes, yes, yes. Don't gravitate into an argument or anything with them. You just have to be kind to them.
Yeah, I agree. We can go into defense mode of defending ourselves and our, you know, how we see it and our perspective till the cows come home, and it doesn't always get anywhere, because when you're in that mode, no one's really feeling safe and no one's able to kind of think clearly. And it's okay to just, you know, just be, okay, that's how you feel. That's what you think, you know, and as long as we know who we are inside, you know, that's really good. But we all judge, you know, so it's something we can all work towards. We all catch ourselves doing, I know, we all catch ourselves doing it. But at the same time, you know, sometimes, you know, recognizing the suffering in another, and that this, you know, this is hurtful, or this could be better. I think, you know, maybe that's a judgment that has value, because we're seeing growth, we're seeing potential growth, and then how can we assist that growth in a loving manner, right?
True.
Fran.
And then you learn from wise people like Fran, who teach us a lot as well.
Yes. Not so much. I have a little something to throw out there that's kind of fun. When I was thinking about, if I may, Jennifer,
please do. Okay.
When I was
this is all about you two.
When I was thinking about doing this today, I was thinking about spirit, of course, and the thought came to me from a friend. Actually, they shared that if you had, so I'm throwing this out to everyone, if you have spirit with you and you're allowed just one word to say to that spirit, what would that one word be?
Right.
So, y'all, what would that one word be?
For me, I would say, I got this.
That's
word.
3 words.
Oh, that's 3 words.
Word
love.
Yeah, you know, I thought stay, but then I thought, no, that's not fair. You know, they have better places to be, no doubt. So I thought be, and, you know, I went through all these thoughts and I realized the only one is love. You know, the word love just kept coming back.
Gratitude as well.
Yeah.
Good. Ooh,
did y'all feel that? Did y'all feel that little shift right there?
Little lift.
That little, that's, you know, that's spirit coming and saying yes. So that just little that little relaxation of our nervous systems, that little grace that just embraced us all right now and gave us chills. That's what that is. That's when you know. That's when you know. You know, we go on these big long journeys of this and this and this and this and this, and it's so exciting. It's the way it's supposed to be, is a big adventure, and it all comes down to that.
Right. Very true.
That one little 4-letter word.
Your favorite word, love.
It is my favorite word, and it's anything, it's everything, and it's everything. It's in everything. So, and looks like everybody else was also feeling that too. So it's a
Mhm.
beautiful place to be. I thought of a question for the two of you. Spirit just gave me. We talk
Ooh.
about music a lot when we do our circles and our mediumship and our healing. We talk about music a lot. I know it's a big part of our lives. What is one song that comes to you that speaks soul, that speaks love, that speaks true, that resonates within you, that you would like to share?
Well, actually, I have two, so I'm trying to decide which one I want to
Okay,
pick.
give us two.
Okay, the first one is called Wayante, and I didn't know why I was attracted to the song because I listen to a peaceful playlist every day, but it is actually a mantra in staying in your true self and character. I had to look up the words, but it's just so beautiful. And then the other one is Right Here by Santam Kerr. Those
Yeah,
two resonate with me a lot. I sing it out loud every time it comes on. Both of them.
yeah, those are beautiful. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Melinda. How about you, Fran?
Well, that's just the most ridiculous question because of course, what song isn't everything? It's music is
I know.
all. At the moment of hearing them, it takes you where you need to go, and oh my goodness. But what comes to me right now that I'm going to say is Hallelujah. Leonard Cohen, my amazing Leonard Cohen. And this song is amazing because it reaches everywhere. It covers the ethereal, it covers the essence of all and of all love and of whatever God is to all. But it also covers the inner depths of humanity. It covers the uh, all the elements of what makes us human, including the sexual elements and the and the frustrations of love and the frustrations of life. So it covers all that plus the allness. And you cannot hear that song without I cannot hear that song without floating off. Oh, I'm there. Hallelujah. So that's one
Yeah,
today.
I agree. There's
you,
a lot of beautiful songs out there. You're
yeah.
correct, friend. That is one. I hear the angels when you say that. I can hear the
Woo-hoo.
angels singing that
I'll
song.
take Leonard.
We love the angels. That's why I call you my cosmic angels. And did you know angels are right here? And I know we love to have them and come in and assist us too. But did you know that angels are right here on Earth in human form and bodies, like the two of you?
Oh yeah.
And so if we're looking for help from the angels, it might just be in that person that's smiling at us, giving us a listening ear, giving us a hug. Melinda, I know you would hand $5 to a homeless person if they need
Yes.
it,
And I hug
and
myself every day and say, I love you. It's important. It makes
yeah,
you feel so good.
yeah, to
It
be an
does.
angel
It
to
really, truly
ourselves.
does.
Yes, yes. Um, we've got more friends joining us. Christine, she loves Nat King
Hello.
Cole's Smile. Eddie's joined us. Hello, Eddie. Great to see you. My Heart Will Go On by
Hi, Eddie.
Celine Dion with Krish. That is
That's a
one of
good
my
one.
favorites too, Krish. You and I share one of my favorite songs. Angels by Robbie Williams is one of Jennifer's favorites. That's so beautiful. And a change gone come by Sam Cooke. So really a lot of good, beautiful songs in there too. There's just so many to count, but um, I know like a couple of mine I love. My Heart Will Go On is one of my favorite, and some that I believe, I think all music is channeled, right? Because it's our creative force, art, music, poetry, writing. It's all channeled, through our higher self and through our spirit helpers, through our spirit team. And Eddie likes thrash metal. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all, Eddie.
There is nothing wrong with that, and I know other people who do too. It's very, very grounding music. It helps you to embrace certain emotions and move through your system. This is why sometimes listening to sad music or angry music helps you to move through those emotions faster versus suppressing them or trying to, reject them. So there is something to that. And I have heard some stories that it's like some of the artists that do metal are some of the nicest, friendliest, kindest, like teddy bears of a people that you could ever meet, because they're very in touch with their humanity, and so they're channeling that too, because that's all about working through that too. So nothing wrong with that. We're not judging, so that's good. I love Celine Dion again. That was one of my favorite. Krish loves opera. That's so beautiful. Yeah, there's too many
Oh,
beautiful
I
songs
like
to
Oh
count.
Holy Night.
Yeah,
Those.
I love Oh Holy
Oh,
Night. Oh my God, this
yeah.
is one of my absolute favorites. Oh my gosh.
Instrument of Peace.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Magic, Olivia Newton-John's one of my favorites. I love These Are the Days, 10,000 Maniacs. That's one of my go-tos, one of my happy songs. Longtime Sun by Satam Kaur also. That's a real beautiful. There's so many. There's just so
She
many. The
has
Power of
a lot of beautiful songs. I
Yes, she
listen to her
does.
every day.
Yeah. The Power of Love by Frankie Goes to Hollywood's a really good one too. There's some beautiful covers of that. But so yeah, we've had so much fun talking about music. Michelle loves Oh Holy Night as well.
Yeah.
That's one of her favorites too. And let me see here. Oh, we've got a little troll here. If we could, Kelly, if
Yeah.
you could help us with that, love, we would appreciate that. Thank you. We love everybody, but this is all about Fran and Melinda today. So
I have a
So,
song.
yeah.
I have a song. This is crazy, but this song keeps coming to me and for days. And it's let's all I'm embarrassed to say it. Let's all sing like the birdies sing.
Yes.
But you think about it, and the birds actually sing to warn one another, to call for one another, and to come on to one another. And, so the reason behind their song might be very, very serious and even scary or, heavy, but it comes out beautiful. We hear it as something beautiful. So it's something beautiful going out in the universe. And so I wonder if maybe that song comes to me just to realize that we can even turn maybe the the angst or whatever's going on within us. Maybe we can turn it with our hearts into something pretty to put out into the universe. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I hear the
Yeah.
beautiful birds every morning.
Yes.
And you think
Birds.
it's beautiful. And
And it makes
you're
me
exactly
feel
right
good.
what you say, friend. But it is a beautiful sound. It's like they wake me up in the morning starting. And I'm like, oh, here comes the
Happy.
daylight.
Yeah.
Then you have the hummingbirds going zoop, 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 zoop by. It's just beautiful. I
It
know
Yeah.
one
really
year
is.
I asked my parents to sing me happy birthday in a song. And I woke up and all these birds were singing. And then I actually listened and you could hear happy birthday within the way
Oh,
they were singing. It was amazing. My sister is like, what's with that bird? Are they singing happy birthday? I said, yeah, I asked for it.
oh
Mhm.
wow, Melinda. That's wonderful.
It
That's
was
so beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I just had Unchained Melody start coming into my awareness. So,
Oh,
somebody's loving that. Spirit's putting that one into my awareness too. So we're having so much fun just talking about music here too.
yeah.
So right.
But yeah,
Unchained
she feels
Melody
like
is just
Snow
wow.
White. Yeah.
Hello by Elvis. That's a good one, Eddie.
Yeah. And we also, let me see, we had
Oh, yeah.
someone talking about DJ Sammy Heaven played at his funeral. That's beautiful. That makes me think of all the Heaven songs like The Cure and Bryan Adams and all of the
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
songs out there too. There's so many too. And you two are so right, because we can use music to transform the difficult expressions of of our experiences into something better. And that is what spirit is always saying, that if we don't like something, what can we do to make it better? So it's one thing to just, say, hey, that's bad, but what can we do to make it better? And it doesn't have to be a huge thing. It's just, as long as, our thoughts and our intentions are to add love to it, then we've already switched reality. And we may be like, oh no, it still looks bad, but we have to trust that thought, that prayer, that intention to add love, to create something better. That's how we all collectively ascend, by each doing our part. It's something as one small act of kindness makes a difference, and our reality changes when we practice that continually, and to ourselves also, because we can give kindness to everybody else, but if we're not kind to ourselves, then that's, we're there's something possible that isn't that fully expressed yet, if that makes sense. There's potential there that can be expressed too. So that was just what came to mind as you two were talking about that, with the song about the birds, and how we can transform, is just add more love, just add more love. And sometimes even in the sadness of something, we may feel grief or crying for something that we see happening, because we know that person is suffering, so it's okay, right? But we can also say that prayer, or say that kind thought, or do something that we want to do, to make the garden grow, better. And we all know spirit is they can destroy the tower over and over again, and it will always be rebuilt bigger and better.
Yeah. I like Amazing Grace, as Krish says, and she says it makes her very emotional. It is an emotional song, but the more you look at it, you see the beauty of it, because that's a song that mostly is played at people's funeral. It is a beautiful song. It's a beautiful lesson in the song, the teaching you of when you go, you just leave here and you go back to eternity, where you're from. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. It came on my playlist this morning. I was listening to Amazing Grace this morning. I have several versions of it, and it really does bring the biggest sense of peace to you, because it wraps you and envelops you in the everything's okay, girl, everything's going to be okay kind of feeling that it gives you. So that's beautiful. Courtney Lopez, The Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. That's a great one. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. Jennifer loves Sunrise Hymn.
I think along with The Man in the Mirror, which connects with the humanity, is In the Ghetto, which was mentioned. And they both touch the heart. They touch the heart of a human, and walk with that human where they are. And that lifts us up to touch heaven too. So great.
It really does. Yeah.
And if you take yourself and look in the mirror yourself with the lights off, and stare at yourself in the mirror, you will see your soul step out. That was taught by our teacher, Jennifer Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
So once I remember that, and I go look in the mirror, stare in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's been lingering around lately. I've been seeing a lot of her lately. She's been coming.
I think that came to me because she was like, "Oh, you got to let them know I'm here."
Of course, yeah, of course, yeah. She was another fairy queen like you, Fran. So she's passed into spirit, but oh yeah, she shared in your fairy queen energy. I used to call her my fairy godmother. We all need one of those, too. And but yeah, I love how we're talking about the power of music, because it really is kind of like the language of the spirit, just like mediumship. When we connect with our loved ones, because you're both mediums as well, when we connect with our loved ones, we're tuning into their language of how each of them wants to express themselves, and they each do it a little bit differently. And that's why we keep learning. You never arrive as a medium to be like the best or the knowing it all, because there is constant, every time you connect with a new loved one, that's their language, their own special language, and how they're going to be expressing themselves with us too. Correct? Yeah.
Yes. And it's they come in unique too. And I don't know, to me, spirit picks who they want to come through, depending who the person is like, oh, we want to go through this person because they know that you're going to give the message as it's meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, very
Mhm.
true. And so that's good to remind everybody too that if they're wondering why hasn't so and so come through the mediums yet, I've been getting readings and dad's never come through. How come? It's like he will. It's just it's a timing thing. He's going to wait for you to go to the person that he wants to communicate through because that's the person who will hopefully do the best job for you too. And so it's worth waiting for. It's worth waiting for
Mhm.
the right person who can, hold them in that the most loving, compassionate container, because it's such a big responsibility and honor to connect with spirit and to bring their essence forward and their continuation of life forward and their personality and their soul forward in that way that will benefit the person the most too. So
Yes, I agree.
yeah, yeah. Why did you two want to be mediums? I don't know. They're just
Why?
telling me what to ask. So
Why did I
It
want
just
to be a
made
medium? Because you know me, I'm the type of person I want to help as much as I can to help someone to understand. Because many times when people lose someone, be it a pet or a loved one, they're always like, "What if I would have done this?" And I wonder if I would have done this, or could I have done this? No, it was just their time to go. And then you also have to realize that people linger on and pets linger on to stay with you because they can feel how, oh, what am I going to do without you? I wasn't able to do this, or this. But then they'll come in and they'll give you those messages. So you have to just know that it to be true and it happens.
yeah, yeah, to be part of the healing. Beautiful. That's beautiful,
Yeah.
Melinda. How about you, Fran?
Well, it's just a matter for me of connecting with what I just knew, Yeah, kind of rebelliousness against don't tell me that this is the end, and it doesn't make sense to me, and so I don't buy it. And I went through life but feeling that and knowing that, and waited for my moment to find a way to connect with that, which came through mediumship. And
Yeah.
as you said before, waiting for that right time or that right person. For us, I mean, for me, it's been a lifetime to find what I always knew and felt connected with, but needed the channel, the opening, um, and to manifest it. And for me, that was so long and so painful to wait for that to happen. But the fact is that there is no time. So perhaps in the scheme of things, that wasn't time. That was just a wink of an eye. I don't know, but okay. I'm
No,
grateful for it. I'm
I
grateful
I
for it.
I know that the patience is the hardest thing because in God's big storybook, or source, spirit, the eternal, whatever name you wish to call it, there's sort of a beginning and there's sort of an end and a very long stretched out middle. We're just
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's
come
ever
on.
an end. I think it's eternal. That's why you get
Well,
the
I
word
know.
eternal. Life
That's
is
why I said
eternal. Here,
sort of. That's why I said
Sort
sort
of.
of. But
That's how you
Fran,
feel.
I have a
Fran did
question for
get
you, Jennifer.
Fran did get to become a medium, and she is a medium, and she waited for that time. So she went through the very long, stretched out middle, big G.
Yeah.
But
Until she finally
we got
decided, okay, I think I
we got
believe in
there.
this. Show me now, you know?
Till I
Yeah,
met
but
Jennifer Rose.
the pieces came into place. Well, you were doing your spiritual work before, but then
Yeah.
we came into being together, thank goodness, and
Yes.
so yeah, very, very, very grateful about that too. So it's been the way that our beautiful community just keeps growing and more loving souls just keep coming into it is just it's ugh,
Yeah.
can't put it to words on it. It's
Yeah.
love. Yeah, it's love.
Yeah.
I have
Lynn,
I have a thought, like with my great niece who had a tragic something that happened in her life, and someone was here one day and boom, gone. I come to realize because still constantly contacting me and wanting to hear and wanting to get in a message. I finally had told her one day, you know that he's there, you know he pays attention to the signs. So you as well have to take the time to pay attention and know when they're there. Feel into the energy, because sometimes I think there are some people that they thrive on getting a message and it gets them through a day or maybe a week, but then they go back into that darkness and that sad space. So I don't know. Sometimes I believe that, like with my niece, that I don't always, give her a message, that they have to walk through life and walk in their shoes and always know that they're there walking with you. And once in a while, if it's been a month or two, I'll feel him and I'll sit and I'll write a channeled message from him and just send it to her. And she goes, "Oh my God, he is right here, isn't he?" Because he'll describe exactly what she's been doing, so.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's where sometimes listening to help of a therapist or a grief counselor can, because we do have limits to what we can provide someone in mediumship to. And that's where um, handing it over to somebody who maybe help them move through that grief a little bit better, not just through message, but through help, because there is a process in that too. And grief and love are very, very connected together. And as my fingers crossed. Do you have any moments of mediumship that have touched you, Fran, as well, or taught you something or moved you?
Well, they all do. Let's say that right to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sometimes I move to laugh, and sometimes I'm hit with an, oh my goodness moment. Sometimes an aha moment, sometimes it's an even keel moment that makes the person nod and smile. So it's all amazing. One moment though, when I really felt, that comes to mind, the energy change in a relative speaking with the person for whom we were coming through. And it had been going fine. And then suddenly I felt this energy change, this stillness, this quiet came over.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing else could intrude. And then I felt myself reaching out just to touch her face and tell her she was so beautiful, and that was just so, whoo, it was just so wow to me, that first thing
Yeah.
that came to mind when you asked the question.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, Fran, which leads me into the thoughts that were just coming into me, because I had one of those moments with Barbara, with Melinda, and our teacher, where I was very early on in my development, and through the meditation was bringing up emotions that I didn't know. And she just, she's like, "Oh, you're so pretty. Look at your outfit." And I just felt so seen in that moment. And then it's such an act of just humanity and grace and love, and it's like, it's spirit, but spirit is you, and you were in your most loving expression with you, as you and your heart. And I gave a message in a demonstration earlier this week, and I believe you were there, Fran, too. And his mother came through for her daughter, and the first thing she started talking about was being spoon fed, like soup or broth, because she was very quite ill before she passed. And that was the first thing that she talked about, which can be a little unexpected. We might expect a few other things to come forward about hobbies or interests or their life before they get into something that deep. But that was what she went to. And I realized that in the few moments that this loved one had with her daughter and all of us here, she wanted to make sure we knew what an act of grace that was, And I'll try not to cry because it moved me in such a way that impacted my whole sense of self and everything. And we would look at a moment like that and how sad for that person. Oh, hello, Jordan, by the way. I want to make sure I say hello to Jordan. We would look and say, go, "Oh my gosh, how sad that person was so ill before passing that they couldn't feed themselves, and that they needed that kind of care." But you can also look at it as how beautiful, what a gift to receive that kind of love, what a gift to be able to give that kind of love, and hope that in our final moments that someone will love us in such a unique and profound way, whether it's, holding our hands or a final prayer or just a look. How lucky we are to have that. And so it kind of like brings it down to the core of things, that to be human is to be very spiritual. To love with your heart is to be very spiritual. And we can embrace all of the fun ways of expressing spirituality, but in the end, we are spirit. And so to be human is to be spirit. And now we're just embracing it all, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I get on a roll there.
I have a
Fran,
moment that comes to mind as a human many years ago, but I was at the end of at the beginning of a divorce, and we were at the final stages going through a therapist to find out how to tell the children. And as we were leaving, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what, but I turned around and put my head down on the counter. I just couldn't move anymore. And this voice behind me just came through, said, "You're tired." It was it was beautiful. It was, you got me, someone got me, and they knew it meant the world to me. And it's hard to even explain why, but it did. It got me through.
Yeah.
So
just to know you were like seen, just those small acts of being seen and heard mean the world to us too. Want to say hi to Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette.
And Sandrine, who's come on, and Nina.
You know,
Thank
I
you
did
for
that
joining
the other
us
day.
too.
I was in a restaurant, and one of the workers was there, and I looked up, and she just had all these tears in her eyes. And I just looked at her. I said, "Oh, you okay?" And she goes, "I will be." I said, "Can I give you a hug?" And she came over, and I just gave her the big old hug and let her stay there. And you could feel her, breathing deeply, and it released, and she was better. I mean, that's all you have to do for people.
That's so simple. And you
let
were
them know that you feel for them, and that's it. I didn't need to know why or what was wrong with her, but then it made her feel better.
Yeah. It really does mean the world when someone checks on you and says, "How are you feeling? How's that backache? How did that go?" It's like, "How are you doing?" All those things can just change somebody's day, and just to know that they're cared about, those little things. And so it doesn't have to be big, huge things. Little things are big, huge things too. Reminds me a bit of Peaceful Warrior. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that movie, but it's based on a true story. And the main character in there is a gymnast, but he's kind of full of himself, in the in the less productive way. There's full of yourself in a good way, and there's full of yourself in a we need to learn more kind of way too. And this one girl who he's friends with, he gets in a motorcycle accident and his leg is shattered. And through a spiritual mentor who may or may not have been a real person, we don't know, kind of an angelic kind of person, at least that's how it's portrayed in the movie, helps him to recover so that he can actually compete, even with a leg full of metal and rods and tools and things like that. But there is another female that comes to him at the park and sits under the tree with him, and she says, "This is a very scary moment." And she says, "Are you paying attention to it?" While she puts her hand on his heart. And I get chills as I say that, because these moments, we got to lean into them. Hiding away from them, and repressing them, rejecting them, all of those, they don't help us in the long run, because in the end, as I remember from another poem I wrote that I channeled, what you run from will chase you. What you run from will chase you. So when we can embrace our humanity and each other and infinity, well, we've done well, haven't we? Ooh.
And it lets people know that there are people out there who care.
Yeah, a lot. What we see on the news, what we see on the news doesn't adequately portray the amount of beauty and love and kindness that's out there. People are basically good, they are. We just all have our harsh moments, and we need to create more atmosphere of more safety and security. And I don't mean comfort zone. I just mean safety and security, so that our nervous systems can be calm enough so that we can reach those higher states of awareness. If we're in constant, fear all the time because our nervous system isn't being relaxed, then it's going to be a bigger challenge. So those acts of kindness, there we go. That's what helps us with that. We're
You
we're
know me,
almost done.
Rose.
Any?
I don't walk in fear
Huh?
much. You know me,
Oh,
Rose.
I
I don't
know.
walk in fear much.
Melinda is a
I
great
know, but
protector.
she is. She is. Not only do you help the homeless people, you look them in the eye, but like I said, if there was two grown men fighting in the streets, like Melinda would go and be like, "What are you guys doing? Get out of here!
I
This
know.
isn't helping anything."
Yeah, that's me.
That
Because
is
I
you.
know that I got my
Melinda's your
angels behind
bodyguard.
me. So
That's right, right. So you know your spiritual power, you know who you are, and you know you're not alone. And that's such a beautiful thing to have for yourself. And I know both of you, are true angels on earth. And I can see your wings because spirit's letting me see it, and we're so lucky. We're just so lucky to have each other and everybody here. I love everybody here, all of you so much. And my heart's exploding with love. But we are getting towards the end. Any final thoughts? I just want to be mindful. I know Melinda has to get back to work. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave with all of our beautiful friends here today?
just be you, be your true self, stay in your oneness, and don't care what others think if they don't like you. And say a prayer for them.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
not a
Yeah, that's great.
it's not a true reflection. It's just showing you. It's just showing you. What isn't true, and that's okay too. Right? Beautiful. Fran, what would you like to share?
Just thank y'all for today, for being here. I feel touched by everyone, just so gentle, so loving, and so finite, so infinite. And we all spread these moments on, and they will go out and create more love and smiles. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Friend, the fairies
yeah.
show me that
Beautiful.
you have something to say.
I
Oh.
just said it, honey.
No, they have something to say
Oh,
for a
they
few.
have something.
Uh,
Oh, really?
do you want
Well,
to give us a little quick minute or two of a fairy message? Y'all don't
we'll
want to miss
see.
this, so hang in there for just another minute.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Do we have something to say? It is a greatest pleasure of all for me to explode within your arena with all my love and joy. Let us all join hands and skip and dance and love, because really, that's what makes the flowers bloom. That's what makes the stars to shine. Talk about a song. I got it. So thank you. I just know that there's just this moment which you guys carry on about time thing. I don't, but you do, so I respect it. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, friend.
We love you too, fairies. Thank you,
I
Fran.
like how
That
they
was
popped up on the
beautiful.
wall to show me. I was like, oh, Fran.
Oh
Yeah, so
God.
beautiful. Before we leave, and thank you too so much. Before we leave, please join us tomorrow for the Mother's Day demonstration. It's on Eventbrite. You can find it posted on Kelly Brickle's page, Debbie Romero's page, my page, and it's a donation and celebration of motherhood. So please join us for that. Will be so much love tomorrow, and then the For the Love of Spirit Sunday service, also with Fran and Melinda, will be there. Will be this Sunday. We've got Colin Walker as our guest speaker and medium, talking more about the cosmic shift. So you don't want to miss that as well. So lots more love ahead of us too. And again, we'll be back on Sacred Spiral with Embracing Infinity in 2 weeks. Please stay tuned. Kelly Brickle's going to be on in just about an hour as well. So you don't want to miss her. She's going to be on doing her live. So we don't want to miss that. Thank you to all of our beautiful friends. And please remember that love is your compass. Love is your guide. Follow it. Even if all seems lost or you're not sure where to go, just follow love or let it lead you. If all else fails, just stand still and let love guide you and take you the rest of the way, because you are that infinite love. Always have been, always will be. And may all of this love we shared through all your beautiful messages and support be infinitely multiplied, so that every being in this world and beyond feels that love. So thank you for joining
Namaste.
us.
Thank
It's
you,
it's been
everyone,
an
for being
honor.
here.
And we will have our other two cosmic angels coming on in
Love and light.
July, Debbie and Nancy. So we're so looking forward to that. And big hugs and kisses to everybody. So take
Bye.
good care. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Melinda.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you all.
Bye, everyone.